Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here to show you how you could fix your on-demand not available, or somehow it's no longer working after it was working. And the reason in this case, I just want to show you a couple of things quickly. When it shows temporarily unavailable, somehow some people, after they replace it, that they think that they could be able to change the settings on your TV set box. And the way to do it is you go into settings and system info, and this is how I was shown. So definitely you're not getting on demand is because you could see the LAN IP 169. That tells you more of a loop back address, which I'm not gonna explain the whole thing, what's it all about. It's just basically you're not connected to the internet, and then your WAN IP address, which means you are connected, you're no longer connected to the internet, and it's shown all zero. So you know right there you have no internet connection, and that's the reason why you're not getting it. And you could see the rest server all failed, blah blah blah. Okay, and there it goes, your setup box not set up, blah blah blah, it's not working. And I'm gonna tell you why it's not working. So the reason it's not working, OAM News is one news network I listen to, but anyway, I'm not here for that. So here's your set-top box. So you could see the coax cable right there from the back of the setup box right there. Okay, there is no internet connection to it whatsoever. That one receives the internet as well as your regular TV settings that also provides on demand. And from there, the coax, I already ran my own wires, as you can see right there. Let me see if I can get a little closer. See how it's going to the wall. I have RJ45, two RJ45 and one coax. The RJ45, it's not going to my TV setup box. I've just shown you that's something else. Okay, so we go from here, going through my kitchen, and now we're gonna go downstairs. And I want to show you the whole thing, what I have done. This is my small home-based business. And here we go. Okay, so from upstairs, the coax cable that is going through the wall, it's coming right there. It's coming as a splitter, six-way splitter. And you don't have to have a six-way splitter. The reason I have six-way splitter because I have more rooms that I would like to have coax cables going there in case I want to connect TV. But in some cases nowadays you may not even have to have those coax cable, because sometimes they even could provide you TV without those cables, as long as you have the primary. But anyhow, so from here, let me see if I can get a little closer. Okay. Let's see, here we go. Okay, oops, my finger's in the way. You get the point. It's six-way splitter. From the six-way splitter, from my wall to the six-way splitter, it's coming down to this device that I purchased in order for me to get the on-demand working. From the splitter, it's coming down as, it's called a network device. This is called a network device. Let me see if you can see the ports on this adapter. Okay, so you could see there are almost, you got two coax, one RJ45, and the power. So the one it's in the center, that is coming from the six-way splitter. From the six-way splitter is going to the wall. From the wall is going into where? Into my setup box. Okay, so now we know how the connection works. Then you got this one, okay? This is called more likely just a device. Okay, it's going into where? This is going into the six-way splitter, and this is the cable right here. Let's see if I can get it closer. Anyway, it's going to the six-way splitter. This is going to my wall, back to my TV set box. Is the RJ45. And let me just explain quickly why. The RJ45, you could plug it into any either router or a switch, as long as you have a network that provides a DHCP. Okay, All right. So, but this one, the coax, they work or somehow to get you TV, regular TV, as well your on demand, as long as you connect this into the RJ45. So the whole point of this network adapter, it replaces this device, which is called the router, your ISP router. So if you unplug your ISP router, okay, you know, if you unplug it completely, you will not get TV or on demand. Let's just say hypothetically you still have it plugged in as just a coax, okay? If you plug it only as a coax, that's the reason before you install this one, you would get TV, but you will not get on demand. The reason is you're not getting on demand. Remember, the on demand you're getting it, you have to have internet. Anytime or any devices that they are equipped with a coax, keep that in mind, they are equipped or they are capable of MoCA, M-O-C-A. That means, you probably say, what the heck is all that for? Well, if you go back 20, 30 years ago, most homes are older homes, they do not have internet. They do not have RJ45. RJ45 is an internet cable like these. Coax is something like that. But remember, if you get that, the splitter, make sure it's over 1,000 megahertz to work. Anyway, so this router is no longer in business or is disconnected, it's no longer needed. So this is how it is being done. And I replaced this router with my firewall. And the firewall could not be able to do what this router does. The reason is this device or my home firewall router isn't MoCA capability. Why? Because if you look at my MX64, it does not have a coax, okay? It does not have a coax port. So you know automatically it will not be able to function to get you on demand back to your TV setup box. Okay, so even if you do call, which I already did myself after I called up Meraki and they're trying to help me as much as they possibly can, the help desk and so on, they couldn't be able to do it. They couldn't even they tried to think somehow they could change the IP address on my TV setup box. You can't. It's a MoCA. It's always gonna be end up with 192.168.1.100. So you can't change it. In plain English, you can't change it. The only thing you need to change is by getting a MoCA network device. So now we know how it's being hooked up, okay? So if you replace this router, somehow you probably got yourself another router or a firewall, you want to make sure this one, obviously, it is your WAN, or on this particular Meraki, it would say internet, and the rest of the other ports are LAN ports, which means they connect to switches and so on. So I'm not here to discuss how everything connects, but that's what it means. Now, to know if this thing is gonna work or not, there's a couple of things you gotta also have to keep in mind, that you need to change a couple of things on the settings, and I will show you how to do something. All right. I go here to my computer, and if you come, let's see, here we go. Oh. Okay, the MoCA network adapter, which is right here. Let's see if I can get it closer. Okay. I just renamed the MoCA network adapter. Probably in your case, it may say family room, or it may have the MAC address whatsoever. Now here's the thing that I wanted to explain something carefully. I know some of you just want a quick answer and just move on. Now remember I told you about the TV set box the TV set box from Verizon ISP, it is as like a static IP, which means it does not change or it's embedded. It's 192.168.1.100. Even you want to call it 192:168. It doesn't matter. But the point is, it's 100. Now, what does that mean? I'm not here is to talk to you about to change the dynamic or static. But what I'm trying to tell you is this particular IP address on your TV set box does not change. So if you happen to have, let's say, a firewall like mine, and it's most of the time it comes in as an IP address configured as 192.168.128.0, okay? So you are not going to have your Mocha device to connect to the network. You probably, yeah, we already know how to do all that stuff. That is true. But for those who does not, you want to make sure your VLAN, it is on 192.168.1.0/24. The reason is your Mocha network device, it was what? It was as 192.168, here we go, 1.100. So if you do not change this thing as the way it shows to this one, you're not gonna have internet connection. It's not gonna work. So keep also that in mind. Yeah, that's about it. And another thing is to know that your firewall is up and working. Obviously, you could see the ports are up and working after you claim the license and activate it. So that's a different subject. I just want to show you how it's being done. Any questions, just let me know. Thanks. You have a good day.